Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Eric Brown with Daily Manna for your soul. Happy Friday to you. I pray the Lord is blessing you real good right now. Look, just want to bring you a word of encouragement, something to help you along your way. And today that word is the eyes will tell the story. Have you ever wondered how Jesus views you, how he looks at you? If you ever wondered about that, listen to this. I'm reminded of Peter over in Luke chapter 22. Luke is writing about the Passover supper, and Jesus is sitting there with his disciples, and he turns to Peter and said, Peter, the devil wants to sift you like wheat, but I pray for you that your faith faint not. And when you are converted, you will strengthen the brethren. Oh, Jesus is beginning to let Peter know that the enemy is after him. Peter might not have known it before, but the enemy was after him because he wanted to stop the good things that were going to come about in his life as he walked this walk with Jesus. But Peter answered out of his arrogance, out of his pride, out of his swagger, if you will, and said, "But Lord, I'll go to prison with you. I'm even ready to die with you. I'm ready for death in your name." And Jesus looked at him and said, Peter, even this night you're going to deny me three times. Three times before the cock crow once. You're gonna deny me, and when Peter heard that, I know it had to upset him. But as the night went on, sure enough, Jesus was betrayed. Sure enough, Jesus was taken into custody. Sure enough, mostly all the disciples ran, but Peter kind of hung around in the background, and he kind of followed Jesus just going from judgment hall to judgment hall. He just wanted to see what was going to happen to him. And as Peter was standing there warming himself by the fire, the Bible lets us know that some people looked at Peter and said, "Aren't you one of them? Aren't you one of his followers? You dress like them, you look like them, you talk like him, you talk like the rest of them." And Peter said, "No, no, and no." And Peter denied Jesus three times. And when he did, the rooster crowed. And when the rooster crowed, Peter looked across the courtyard, and he looked right into the eyes of Jesus. And when looking into the eyes of Jesus just caused Peter to break down, to run away, and to go weep. Why? Because he saw Jesus looking at him, and he knew the eyes were telling a story of Jesus' disappointment. He just knew the eyes were telling a story of Jesus' disdain for him, all that Jesus had done for him, all that Jesus had put up with him. Peter felt like that he had let Jesus down for the final time. And I want you to understand something, that you can feel like that when you've disappointed the Lord, when in your mind you have disappointed God, when you have disappointed the Lord, when you have not followed his word, when you have not done what he's asked you to do, when you have not lived like he's asked you to live. But what story is the eyes really telling? What story are the eyes really telling? Because I believe that the eyes tell a story of grace. They tell a story of grace. Or even for Peter, all the times he had to be rebuked, the Lord still loved him. For Peter, all the times when his arrogance caused him to say things and do things that got him in trouble, Jesus still loved him. When Peter walked on the water but lost his faith and faltered and began to sink, Jesus looked at him with grace. And Jesus is looking at him with grace now, because Jesus saved him then, and Jesus is still saving Peter. Look, after the crucifixion, after Jesus had laid in the tomb for 3 days, after Jesus got up just like he said he would, Jesus sent word to Peter. He said, "Tell Peter and my disciples to meet me in Jerusalem." Peter, you're not excluded. You're not excluded. No matter what you think, no matter what you think I'm thinking, know the truth, that I love you and my grace shall ever abound in you. And remember the second part of that word when I told you that the enemy was desiring to sift you like wheat. Don't think that he got you, because he didn't. He didn't get you because I prayed for you. He didn't get you because I got work for you to do. Somebody better get that. As many times as you may fall, as many times as you might falter, as many times as you might fail, it is not over. The enemy has not won, for Jesus is praying for you. And if the prayers of the righteous availeth much, what do you think the prayers of Jesus are doing for you? You need to be encouraged. Jesus is praying for you. Why? Because he has grace for you. I pray something here said or done would encourage you along your way to know that Jesus has grace for you. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button and hit the bell for notifications that you'll be alerted to future videos. And as you go about your day, know this, that no matter how strong the enemy is, Jesus is stronger in your life, and he has grace for you. grace to see you through. Look, you have an awesome day. You be blessed in the Lord. Continue to grow in the Lord. Grow in grace. Jesus is giving you that time to grow in grace and grow in love, grow in peace. In the name of Jesus. Peace.